got in a car accident while exiting the 805. He admits it was his fault.
Mi defensa se me enchuecó,
He says only the vehicles were damaged and fortunately no one was injured. He exchanged information with the other driver and reported the accident to his insurance. An adjuster with his company then called him wanting the details of the crash and other information.
que si viven personas conmigo mayores.
They asked who else over the age of 14 lives at home. He told them his daughter and son who didn't have a driver's license. Big mistake. According to this letter from his insurance company, it stated that since he never named his son as an excluded driver, his policy was rescinded. So the company denied his claim and returned his premium. Now, Sergio's on the hook for the almost $5,000 in damages to the other vehicle.
Pero ¿qué tiene que ver?
What does my son have to do with the accident? Sergio said. He wasn't driving. He wasn't with me at the time of the crash. He doesn't drive at all since he has no license. So why do I need to name him?
It's not one of the main considerations for setting the rate or the premium, but it is a secondary consideration.
Jasmine Ortega is with the California Department of Insurance. She says some insurance companies, like Sergio's, want to know who has access to a vehicle at any given moment, regardless if they're licensed or have permission to use it. Their investigation into Sergio's claim didn't find any wrongdoing by the insurance company. A reminder, Ortega says, that we should all be aware of these type of provisions in our policies. This includes roommates, no matter how close you may or may not be. People living with us temporarily while they're finding their own place, and college students who go home every now and again for the weekends or holidays.
So they're not home full time, but if they're licensed and they have access to the vehicle when they are home, then they should be included in the policy.
In the very least, named as an excluded driver, says the CDI. Here's what you should do right now. First, review the details of your policy, especially if you have anyone over the age of 14 living at home. Make any necessary updates and do so regularly. Sometimes we may set it and forget it. We certainly don't want to be caught off guard should we need to file a claim. And clear up any doubts with your insurance company. Better to ask questions now than after an accident.
There are so many variables to each insurance policy that it's hard to give a generalized response that would apply to everyone.
Desde que estás comprando una casa,
Sergio admits he hastily filled out the forms when he applied for auto insurance, and now he's scrambling to pay for the damages he thought were covered by his policy. Sergio Flores for NBC7 Response.
Sergio's auto insurance company wouldn't comment, citing customer privacy. But like you saw in the story there, the state didn't find the company did anything wrong when it rescinded the policy.
You know, when we first got wind of the story in the newsroom, we were all so surprised and really going back to check our own policies. What has the viewer response been?
Well, the best way to describe it is disbelief. You know, a lot of our viewers commented on the story when we posted it to social media, and they were very surprised to learn that the consequences could be so severe for not including, everyone who lives in your home, even if they never drive your vehicle.
So surprising. And so what is the biggest takeaway of this whole story?
Well, it's to double check your insurance policy. Make sure that it's updated. Make sure everyone who's living in your home, even if it's on a part-time basis, like a college student who's away to college, make sure they're on the policy. If you have roommates, if you decide to move in with a significant other, check it, make sure it's updated. Don't wait for renewal time to roll around to take care of that.
Wow, great advice. Super eye-opening for so many of us. Meredith, thank you so much. From identity theft to an awful